Hello YouTube. This is a Sodmg Gaming Shoutout Part 2. I love to the party right here. My niggas in the party. Shout out to my nigga Amazing. Shout out to ASAP. Shout out to ATL Check. Shout out to Airman. Shout out to my nigga City Boy. Shout out to my nigga Goham. Hypnotics. Destruction SOD. I Flashback. Shout out to my nigga Jerry. Inboards Killers. Shout out to my nigga J Swag. Shout out to J Dog. Shout out to MKS Swag. Shout out to Pac-Man. Shout out to Pal. Shout out to Real Movers. Shout out to Lemonade. Shout out to iRich. Shout out to SOD Money Game 32. Shout out to AK-47. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Goku. Shout out to Beast Boy. Bobby Real. Shout out to Cash Boy. Shout out to Chi Chi. Shout out to Crucified. Shout out to D Rose. Shout out to Dre the Developer. Shout out to my nigga D Weezy. Shout out to Fiction. Shout out to my nigga Fly Kid. Shout out to my nigga General. Shout out to Goku. Shout out to my nigga Goonies. Shout out to Havoc. Shout out to Hova. Shout out to my girl Baby T. Shout out to my nigga Baller. Shout out to Abbey School. Shout out to my girl Brad. Shout out to my girl Dollface. Dre. Shout out to my homeboy Graphics. Shout out to JBZ. Shout out to Kim Parker. Shout out to Alaman. Shout out to Mario. Shout out to Trap. Shout out to Doughboy. Shout out to John. Shout out to Phantom, Drone TV. Shout out to Juvenile. Shout out to KKS. Shout out to Shock Mega Man. Shout out to Magic. Shout out to Margaret. Shout out to Memorize. Shout out to my girl Mona. Shout out to Ultra Game. Team Ultra Game Swag. Shout out to Overkill. Shout out to Pink, my girl Pinky. Shout out to Beast Boy. Shout out to Realistic. Shout out to Stacks. Shout out to SODGaming.com. If you're SOD, if you're not on this phone, if you're not on this list, and not on the website, you unofficial. SODGaming.com. Shout out to SOD.com. Shout out to SoldierBoyHD.com. Go on that website. That shit live. Shout out to my girl Soldier Girl. Shout out to That's a Joker. Shout out to Melissa's second account. Shout out Vegeta. Shout out Watts. Soldier Boy. Somebody was on my account and they delete Soldier Boy. And shout out to that Joan. He's gonna add me back. Shout out to Honey. He's gonna add me back. So shout out to Jabal. SOD Money Gang. Swag. Ocean Gang.